What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Seatman, giving you guys my instant reaction to the Vikings' 16-13 win against the New York Giants. And the biggest storyline in this game is J.J. McCarthy getting hurt again. It was his right hand, happened on the last play of the first half. Brian Burns came in free as the Vikings were trying to set up a screen to Justin Jefferson, and nobody blocked Burns. J.J. McCarthy ended up getting completely smoked. Now, first off, I want to talk about how J.J. McCarthy looked in the game, and then I do want to talk about how this hand injury can potentially end his era in Minnesota. I understand that maybe hyperbolic, maybe a little prisoner of the moment, but I definitely think it's on the table that, if this hand injury is serious enough, I wouldn't rule it out that J.J. McCarthy doesn't start another game for the Minnesota Vikings. Now, today on the field, I thought J.J. McCarthy was pretty good. His receivers had a lot of bad drops. They had 3 bad drops. So if you take out those drops like JJ probably had in the first half, he was probably 12 of 14 for 145 yards, 1 touchdown on the ground as well. The 1 touchdown run he had was just him using his athletic ability, escaping the pocket, and he looked good. I thought the first half was really good, and that kind of sets up for the last 10 quarters of football for McCarthy. He was playing great stuff. But the problem is the guy can't stay healthy. And if this hand injury keeps him out for the final 2 weeks of the season, where it probably will. I mean, the hand, he was wincing in pain. It was completely swollen. It's on his throwing hand. I can't see this being something where J.J. McCarthy's going to be ready to go on a short week this Thursday against the Detroit Lions on Christmas. So I'm incredibly concerned about this. And the reason I think the era of J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota could be potentially over is because how do you look the guys in the locker room and say, hey, we're going to run it back with him next year? Not even talking about his play on the field, but just talking about this guy's ability to stay, on the field, his ability to stay healthy. That is his biggest red flag. It's not anything he's doing on the field. It's not his mechanics. It's not his touch throws. It is his inability, to stay healthy and to be out there. I mean, it's not just like last year, missing the whole rookie year with the torn meniscus, had a high ankle sprain, had a concussion, hurt his hand again earlier this year, and then today hurt his hand again. He's a frail guy. He's not like Patrick Mahomes or Dak Prescott or Josh Allen, these bigger, just built up quarterbacks. He's got a tinier frame on him. And I wouldn't rule it out. If he doesn't play these last 2 games against the Packers and against the Lions and the Packers, it is fully on the table that J.J. McCarthy does not suit up again as the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Because, yes, you can go bring in a Joe Flacco. You can go bring in a, Marcus Mariota or some sort. But, is that quarterback room good enough to look these guys in the eyes, to look Jefferson in the eyes and be like, yeah, we're good? I think it's fully on the table. The Vikings do something drastic this offseason, where it's trading for a Kyler Murray, or it's trading up for a Dante Moore, or maybe it's drafting a Ty Simpson, because we can talk about whatever you think about J.J. McCarthy as a true football player on the field, whatever it may be. If he can't stay healthy, you can't keep him as your starting quarterback. If he misses the last 2 games, he would have played 8.5 games over the last 2 seasons. That's terrible. That's nowhere near where you need it to be. If I told you J.J. McCarthy is the starting quarterback next season, how many games do you think he's going to play? We would all be shocked if he played all 17. And then that's the first hurdle. And then the second hurdle is him actually developing into a good quarterback. So it's a lot working here. I honestly, I'm just upset about this. This absolutely rips my heart out, because if you guys don't know, J.J. McCarthy went to my high school. I was always rooting for the kid. He's a really good guy. I think he's got a ton of potential as a quarterback. But if you can't stay on the field, you can't be a quarterback in the NFL. Because it just throws everything off. And I understand, this Vikings season, why did it go the way it did? I think now that I'm looking at it, as we're starting to close out this year here, it's because McCarthy got hurt. We all wanted, the ideal Viking season was all right, you have the first 5 games before they get by. Hopefully the Vikings get the 3-2, which they did. But J.J. McCarthy goes through the growing pains. We start seeing him playing some really good football down the stretch of the season. And the Vikings were 3-2, but J.J. got hurt. So Wentz had to step in. I mean, guys, he missed 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. It's the longest high ankle sprain I've seen in NFL history. So it's obviously concerning. I feel awful for JJ because he's a good dude. He's got a lot of potential, but I mean, I think there's fully a chance that this era of him in Minnesota, it could just be one and done. I mean, after 1 year of starting half the games, it just sucks. It's a huge punch in the nuts, and it is what it is. But Max Rosen had the fill in for him. He was 7 to 9, 52 yards. Didn't really do much. He had that one good throw to Justin Jefferson on the left sideline, and tip your cap to number 18. That catch was absolutely unbelievable. He had a couple catches today that were fantastic. A couple of 3rd and 13s that he picked up where he was just making guys miss, getting north and south. I thought he looked pretty good. Did have one drop earlier on in the game. That was kind of the calling card in the first quarter. Addison, he dropped a wide open touchdown. I think Addison on the season, Addison has 8 drops. He's got a drop percentage of around 17%. The 8 drops is second in the league. His drop percentage is 4th in the league. And you think about all the nonsense off the field with Jordan Addison. Is it worth bringing him back? Should you trade him? I mean, obviously we'll bring him back if you don't extend him. But, I mean, maybe the Vikings pick up the phone and they try to use Addison. Hey, you know what's a sneaky good trade package? Vikings have 11 picks next year. If you do want to get aggressive and trade up for a quarterback, I don't think they can do anything to go get a Fernando Mendoza moving up from 13 to 1, but maybe you want to move up 13 to 5 or 13 to 3 and maybe go get a Dante Moore. What if you call up the Cleveland Browns and you're saying, hey, we'll give you Jordan Addison, we'll give you our first-round pick, we'll give you 2 first-round picks on top of that and a second-round pick. That's a pretty fucking good package. So I think Addison might be gone too. I mean, listen, this season, the Vikings are 7 and 8. You could not have chalked up a worse year. McCarthy can't stay healthy. You're not going to be bad enough to get a super good pick in the draft. And we haven't seen McCarthy develop. Kevin O'Connell has regressed a little bit as a head coach. Your GM looks incompetent. And it is just incredibly disappointing where the season kind of went. So we'll dive into more here around this game. Talk about the defense. We want to show them some love as they played a really good football game today. But if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. We're 10 subs away from 68,400. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button today, we greatly appreciate it. Once you guys do hit that sub button, give me a skull down below. All right, we'll get to more takeaways here in just a second. But today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. It is the holiday season and the best time of year for sports. We got bowl games, basketball and football matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. And when you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right, and that is Prize Picks. And everyone's favorite Prize Picks holiday promotion is back. 7 days of Pixmas. Pixmas is giving out 7 days of deals all the way through Christmas Day, including a Christmas Day max discount. Pixmas starts December 20th, so download the app today and unwrap these deals. Prize Picks is super simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. So download the Prize Picks app today. Plug in promo code CONS, get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CONS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, shout out to them for sponsoring today's show. It's good to be right. All right, let's talk about the Vikings defense here. I thought it was a really good showing by a lot of the guys. You can start off with number 61, Jalen Redmond having another fantastic game. Just whether it's in the run, getting home to the quarterback, his pass rush moves are just lethal. That's why he's got one of the highest run-stop win rates in the league, pass rush win rates in the league. Number 61's just been absolutely fantastic for this defense. Andrew Van Ginkel almost had a one-handed interception today, which is awesome. This guy's just a stud. Had the game-sealing sack, 2 quarterback hits, had a TFL, and I thought the Giants' game plan was pretty interesting. Jonathan Allen, also best game of the year, by the way, by far for the Vikings. But the Giants' game plan, they were just coming out in full house, heavy formations, just trying to run the ball down the Vikings' throat. And it was just an interesting game plan. I didn't really understand it too much. I don't know why they were doing that. I would, in my opinion, if I was a Giants fan, I would want the Giants to maybe develop their young quarterback. You're going against one of the best pass defenses in the league, a creative defensive mind. Let Jackson Dart throw the ball more than 13 times. Yes, he was not good today. He struggled. He doesn't have a lot of weapons around him, but I would at least let him throw the ball more than they did. 7 of 13, 33 yards, and a pick. Obviously not good there for Dart, but he's also not working much. Also, he had a ton of drops today as well. Theo Johnson dropped one. Darius Slayton dropped one. It was just bad for the Giants all the way around. But I'll tell you what, like this season, just kind of wrap it up for the Vikings. It is just a season from truly hell. Like we already kind of know that or knew that heading into these last couple of games here, but like at least we had the opportunity to watch JJ McCarthy develop, and it's like what can go wrong will go wrong this year. Like okay, you're eliminated from playoff contention. I've accepted that fact. We're moving on, but now it's like okay, now you can't even watch this dude develop. Like I'm not gonna be shocked if we get an update where it's like, oh man, JJ McCarthy's done for the year. What does that mean for this offseason? I'm just upset. And also, it doesn't help that Darnold on Thursday night dropped 38 points on the Rams' head, had a game-winning drive in overtime, 2-point conversion. Dude's balling out. He might win 14 games back-to-back seasons. So, incredibly disappointing. It's all good. Is what it is at this point. And I don't think Vikings fans, I think we're honestly underreacting to how bad the season's been. Like, we're 7-8. We've been eliminated for the playoffs for the back-to-back weeks, and we can't even let the young quarterback develop. It's truly horrible. We're $50 million under in cap, or over the cap. We're gonna have a mediocre draft pick. It sucks. Like this is not ideal whatsoever. So appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. If you guys made it to the end of today's show, hit me with a skull down below in the comment section. We'll get on out of here. Skull Vikes.